What's up, dedicated Dragon Ball denizens? I'm Ryan, and we're here for another episode of the Hawks Dragon Ball Nest. This time I'm going to get into a crazy battle, one of the craziest I've ever gotten into, and so this time I'm actually going to do a replay of it and kind of commentate over the battle. It is a 27-turn battle of perseverance against an orange Piccolo, with my yellow Vegeta, where I eke out the victory. Just a wild match, and I just thought it was super cool to show it and see. You know, I feel like Orange Piccolo is a tough matchup for yellow Vegeta because, you know, they both can play the long game, but Orange Piccolo starts really hitting you with just multiple 50Ks, and, you know, you kind of start running out of stuns if you're not careful here, although with the Don't Dream of Resurrecting works. But anyway, let's get a quick little look at the deck, and then I'll replay that match. Alright, now, if you watched the other video, I mentioned that now, with all of the new cards, we could just increase this deck size to 60 and just really make it one of those tough to lose decks and just add in all the new stuff, you know. So my list is kind of similar to some of my earlier iterations. I'm kind of fusing what I've done early on with the deck with some of the improvements that it's made. Now, I put in Buhan, which I hate playing against this card, but I love it here. This guy's my only self-awakener in the deck, so that's something interesting to think about, but you're usually okay with it, and even if you don't awaken for a while, whatever. This is the deck that doesn't lose. It's not a deck that wins, according to some people. I've got 3 of the barrier Friezas, just really good value out of this guy that you could just make invincible in many ways with time rewound. I think a ratio of 3 Broly, 2 Frieza is pretty good. Got this guy to also get some removal in there, running him at 2. So really, like, these are our big dog monsters. Frieza's usually one that just hits, it's a 30k swing every single turn, and I'm gonna either defend it or restand it and force them not to. This guy's my early game that's just gonna, like, reduce their hand size, and reduce their hand size, increase mine. Awaken. After that, I'm not really doing much with him, but he is a nice little guy to rest people with. Cantrips, I've got 4 and 3. I couldn't quite fit that 4th Hercule in there, just not sure what to reduce. If you want to do an extra, maybe. I don't think so. I wouldn't be mad if you want to throw away a time rewound for an extra Hercule, but we've got, of course, 4 Bulmas, and this Whis just coming in clutch. We can also recover the final explosions with that. Got the Hell Rakshasa, however you Rakshasa, I don't know how to say it. A couple blue power awakenings. We're just full of extras. This deck has so many extras. So anyway, let's see how the match went. Alright, here we are, 27 turns of pure glory. And this really made me remember, you know, yellow Vegeta gets so much flack. But I'm sorry, guys, I have fun playing him. And let's preface this here, okay? So I did reset my hand. And something that did help me in this game was that I started with 3 supers. Could have been risky because, well, I did get much more than that. I also had to charge a Frieza early, which also was something that made me a little bit nervous. But I also know, too, that I have this Janemba, so that's also a big help to help me to self-awaken if I need to. Do I keep him in hand? I don't know. I might have to charge him, too, because we got decisions. Okay? So first few turns are going to go pretty standard. Luckily, I'm able to get the Hercule. I have to charge another... I have to charge the Frieza because I'm not going to charge him. I'm not charging a super nor extras, okay? But hey, we're out here. Hercule into Hercule. Let's go! Hercule! Okay, so pretty solid turn 2. And as we're seeing this, I'm doing some pretty good top decking. I mean, let's be real. I'm getting exactly what I need. So that's going to help me in this match too. But hey, you got to take what you can get. And overall, the deck's still pretty consistent, which is something you want to look for in these. You draw just so much. Alright, so now we're at turn 3. So what am I going to get for turn 3? We already got a decent amount of extras. We've got Janemba. I'm going to charge 1, because I'm pretty confident that he attacks into me next turn. And if not, whatever, I don't care. Or do I play the Janemba now? I sure did. Okay. So in that case, Go, boom. And I've got an extra. Okay. So, again, this is my first time reviewing this, so... I haven't rewatched this. I like to do it kind of raw so I can get my live reaction too. So, I know what he's doing. So yeah, he definitely does. He says, you know, we're just going to keep you unawakened. And I say, that's fine. I'll just keep attacking into you. Because it doesn't even matter that I'm not awakened yet, right? Like, does it? Because he still has to take hits. It's not hurting me. And I'm just going to play out this Frieza and not attack him. So you want to get some action or don't you? I do kind of know that I'm on a clock here. You know, he's playing him out, and now we're going to start having some issues if I don't awaken. But he just says, too bad, I think. I don't think he attacks. Yeah, see? That's fine by me. I'm just going to keep on drawing. I've got 11. He's got 9. He doesn't want to awaken yet. He wants to stall this out, because why not? So I say, okay, 2 could play that game. I got nothing I need to do. There's no need to play this guy out. Now we'll force him to start doing some stuff because I got my extras anyway. If you want to not attack me, then fine. I'll have plenty of standing energy and we can just play this charge game. Yeah, so there goes Janemba. Womp womp. I think overall, knowing that I did have to, you know, do nothing on turn 5, I probably just shouldn't have played the Janemba, let him attack into me the next turn, because he probably would have been fine with that, but that's alright. But now, I'm okay. So here's what I did too, if you notice. I used the Rakshasa, so he attacked with this guy first, so cool. Now, you don't get to attack with him, so he gets to stay stunned. Alright, we got quite a few time rewounds here, don't we? And I'm already at 5, so what do I need to charge for? Okay. So my initial idea is we're going to play this guy out. But then I changed my mind. And I said, you know what? I don't need to do that. Since he defended him, we'll just go after this guy, knowing that I've got 3 extra returners to hand. So we're doing that. Okay. I know at some point now, so it's like, not only that, he's also in Broly territory. I don't know if he has a Broly or not. So let's just keep some defense up. My goal every turn is to have 3 energy up. You know, I really want to have 3 so I can use multiple extras if I have to defend. Like, I really want to keep this guy on board and also have him just as a good attacker. You know, I know that I'm not going to get a ton of use out of him because at this point he's going to be playing these high cost guys. But that's alright. So now we went with the time rewound. And I mean, at this point too, I've got 2 Brolys in hand. So I also know, like, let's just kind of start, like, if he starts flooding this board, you know, we're going to be able to stun a full board at some point too. So now my focus is just like, let's try to kind of get as few big attacks per turn as possible. So now, do I take this or don't I? No, I've got plenty of supers. So I'm going to go ahead and hit him with the super and a results of training. Keep my drawing going. It's just replacing. And look throughout this whole game at my hand size. Like, he just really never is able to make a huge dent in things. At this point, like, I don't need the Buhan. This was really, again, like a perfect top deck. Because now I can just stun these 2. And still have an extra left or grab back an extra. Do I need to grab back an extra yet though? I've got plenty in hand. I've got 3 rewounds and the results of training. So let's see what I actually do. I don't remember. I probably will grab back 1 extra, right? And then I'm still able to keep 2, but let's see. Maybe I use both. Okay, go ahead and redirect. I don't care. I just needed to get both of those guys stunned. Notice too, though, he's got some good hand size, but he also just awakened. So we're gonna grab back the Rakshasa. Kind of have that in mind of like, You know, if he wants to mess things up, missequence, then I can easily use it on this. And that's why I like having 3, so that I can use an extra first and then still use the Rakshasa is also a big kind of key to this thing. But that's the one thing I hate before, is it's a 2 cost. So it's like sometimes they'll bait you into using your first extra, and you don't have a choice. I mean, look at my combo power. I have my 2 supers, a Bulma that I do not want to use, and then 3 zeros. So we kind of have to let him play things out before I really start on this. You know, so here's here. Cool, he's going to hit me with that. Now I've got a decision. Do I use both? Yes, I sure do. 60, boom, defense. And I've got a Bulma to grab one of them back. To me, like, as long as I have 1 in hand per turn, I'm doing okay, you know. So the goal would be to get 1 back. It's going to help me cycle through. I know I still have plenty of recursion for it. Time Rewound's also super nice to be able to restand Frieza. And then we get this card. So now's where it gets real fun. Okay. We've got 25, whatever, I don't care. Okay, so what do we do here? I think at this point I just decide that I'm going to let him attack with 1. I'm going to start messing with his hand. And, you know, go from there. Now I've still, look at this, 14 in hand. So I'm only increasing in hand size. He's down to 9, so slowly but surely we're going to mess around here. I'm going to get rid of... Oh, I don't get rid of him. Oh, because I think I know that it's fine. You know, like, he's only attacking with 1 of them. So that's like a huge thing to know. Like, if you can keep this guy in hand too, then we're in really good position as well, because it means I only have to deal with 1 5+ cost. The downside of it, though, is like if I do run out, playing out like the Broly isn't going to work. So there's going to come a turn where I have to make some decisions, and it can get a little bit tricky. So I had to give up my Janemba as well, which I would have preferred not to. But it seemed like the right move. I'll also give up my cantrip. So now look at this again. We're down to just extras. He's got 1 though. He's got 9 that he can't attack with it. So now he makes a pretty good decision here of just KOing this board. Was it good? Wasn't it? I mean, he already knows he can't attack anyway, so I think that was a pretty solid move on his part. Keeps himself with that. And I've got 1 in hand too, which is like cool. Okay, now at this point, here's a fun thing to think about. I've got Frieza in hand and he has 1 rested. So, do I play him? Or do I play another? And we're still at 4. And I mean, this is turn 17. He's gone 8 turns. So now I can get rid of 1 of the beasts. And I have to deal with these guys. So this is going to be a tough turn for me. This, I think, was one of my toughest turns of the whole match. Of just knowing that now he's got multiple unrested. They're not like the most gigantic threats. The 50k for sure. And then there. So what do I do? Probably I'm just going to play this guy. You know? So I do. Let him know this is going to be your only 5+ that's going to play. And we're still going to defend our Frieza. But we're starting to get low here. That was all for the turn. But I know that, look, he's only got a 20k attacker. However, he does get a little creative here. I also hate the fact that I'm using so many of my cantrips to defend. But it's really the only option I have, you know. So now I think he just kind of starts doing some recovery himself. I mean, look at on his part too. I'm not providing much pressure. Now the hand size is flipped where I'm down to 9. And he's increasing. He's getting a lot of guys on board. Increasing his hand size. Stunning. But he's also keeping up with me. he got a big deck too. I think his deck size was something like 54 or 56. So I'm not going to rely on a deck out here. I do want to like pressure as much as I can, because I'm not going to rely on decking him out. And there is super number 2 that I used, right? And on his end too, he's really just going for my board. So how am I going to play it here? I've got 7 now. Yeah, so he attacked with this guy. But look here, he's at 10, I'm at 9. I've got 2 big bosses on board here. I think he forgot. Oh, one thing I didn't mention, notice he played that Krillin. I think that he thought he was going to stun my Frieza. But it's something I actually always forget too. It's only going to hit for... it only hits a 5 or less, right? And now I decide, look, he's at 8 in hand. Let's just throw this guy out here. And get an attack in. I think I just KO myself. Yeah. Like, just KO. I know he's dead next turn. There's no point in defending. Does get me this guy, which is not the best. But now I can stun too. Again. So here's Goku number 2. And he could provide some pressure maybe. I mean, obviously he's going to do what he does. And now, look at that. We got him to 3. 8 in hand with 3. I have 8 in hand with 4. So at what point do I take a hit? Notice one thing. Another thing. I know these guys are stunned. So at what point now does Broly come out? And look at this. So look, he attacked with him. Cool. I'm going to go ahead and restand. We're going to get our Frieza. Definitely want to protect and get that 30k swing each turn to continue to pressure. Frieza put in so much work this match. And he's going to grab back some Krillin, stun 1, whatever. And this is turn 20. We've each gotten now 10 turns out here. Why did he play 2 Krillins? I don't know. I'm actually, that's actually weird. Like, why did he do that? I don't know. Okay, now he decides he wants to attack with a little smaller one. So we do go ahead and use that last one that was in my hand. But it's not over there. And then he goes up to 3, so guess what? I finally have to take a hit because we have nothing left. But that's fine. Really, like, I just need to stay out of, I need to stay out of, I lost my train of thought. I need to stay out of getting to 2. You know, that's my biggest threat, in my opinion. I don't want to see a double strike. But this is a good turn. Look at this board. This is what I've been waiting for, and I knew I just needed to survive a few turns, and then I get that. Also, no. So what do we got here? That was his second beast, if I remember right. We got 1 in drop. Yeah, the Frieza KO'd 1. So now it's finally Broly time out here. Whoo, baby. Good luck with that. And I can grab back an extra. And I'm going to go with the results of training because I want to keep drawing. At this point, too, he is getting lower. He is getting lower, but I'm also low. You know, and knowing that that results of training is going to continue to draw. But, hey, we're in a good position here at this point. I feel pretty good. But knowing that really, like, at any point, it can go downhill. So there goes Beast number 3. Right, now he's got 3 on board of the Beasts. So, ooh, it's a little dangerous. He decides to take out the, he takes out Frieza. I mean the Broly, which I think was an interesting move. Maybe, I mean, I guess it's a 40k, and now his hand is getting pretty low. But you have to wonder if maybe the Goku would have been a good move. But hey, I got Broly anyway, so whatever. All right, now he gets this guy that's a 30k. And look at that. My hand size is starting to suffer. Now I'm down to 6. So we're both finally starting to run out of gas a little bit. Right? Now I'm going to kind of trick him a little bit. I did this purposefully. Like, I tried to get him to bait into it first. And he goes down to 2. Ooh. What's going on? So before I play out the Broly, like, come on, man. Come on. Let me get you here. Now I decide I'm gonna go into this one. You want to defend that? Nope, still can't get him. So now I'm down to 10. We've pretty much evened out in deck size, as we see. And now it's time for Broly number 2 on my end. So once, that's what is, just let this board get nice and big. Make sure that you rest them. And I'm going to play it out where we still got Bulmas left. Get the results. So how many left? So 1 Bulma. Okay. 1 Bulma. Okay. One day I'll check how many Bulmas I got. Let's pause it for a minute. So let's see. I'm at 3. I've got 3 standing energy. I am down on extras. I only have 2 I can play. I have the final explosion, which may be charged. So 1 Bulma. 2 Bulma. 2 Bulma only. 1's on board. That's the 3rd. Whis. I've got 1 Whis. 2 Whis. I've only found 2. So despite having 10 left in deck, I still have plenty of extra recursion out here. And this guy was stunned. Oh no, I put him on board. I haven't attacked. Wait, did I not attack with him? Why didn't I attack with him? What happened here? Or I must have restood him? I don't know. Yeah, we're gonna let him die. At this point too, I know, like, he has to start pushing. He's at 5 in deck. So what do I do here? He's got a nice defender, but I think in my mind, he has 5 in hand and 2 life. Like, it's time to push. So let's say, see you later, blocker. And that was a lucky top deck too. But my initial plan was actually to go final explosion. So that would have been an idea, but we didn't need to. Okay. So I've got 7 here. So what do I do? I'm gonna go ahead and just go into this guy. I know that I probably can't finish him, and he wants to get down to 1. So what I want to do is just get rid of that hand size a little bit further. And because look at this, I know too, like, this is going to be the turn to determine the game. I'm not going to finish him. So I need to work on getting some of these guys off the board. Even though I've got this guy to be there. So I don't know. Looking back on this, I think maybe the idea should have been to go ahead and push for game, you know? But I think I feel a little bit safe knowing that he only has 4. And if I could just kind of stop some of these guys, maybe I can be okay. But, yeah, definitely a little bit risky situation here. So he's going to go in. But look at this. I mean, now you're drawing a card off of Earth Destroying. So, what's going on here? So, there's part 2 to this. Is like, what do I do? We're now on turn 26. He's going to start playing out some little guys. I'm actually never even seen this dude in here. Can't attack my leader. Okay, so he really wants to know, like, now, like, 5 in hand. I've got 2 big bodies on board, you know? He's going to play out another blocker. That's rough, but not really. I'm glad I like, almost charged this guy so many times. And this, like, probably just won me the game right here. And just said, see you later to them. He also missed this one. So we're going to grab this back just in case I don't finish him. Just in case. I feel like that Bulma was there, like, multiple turns, too. Alright, so now he's at 3 in hand. I've got 6 standing energy. Like, it's time to go in, you know? 1, is he going to be able to defend a 2nd? Highly doubt it. So we are almost there. Oh yeah, there's the redirect. Forgot about that. Actually, oh man, I remember how this ends now. This ends poetically. Alright, so... Oh man, he still got me. He's got one in hand though, so here's what we're gonna do. Like, this guy gets done, see ya. And then I know here, he does have 3, so this actually I didn't think of. That could have been an Earth Destroying Blow, but he lets him go to 1, and I just attack. So now I know he's at 1 and he has 2 in hand, so guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna get ourselves the results of training with Whis, and we're gonna just finish the game right here. We had just enough energy to do so, and there we are. And interesting, that was my first Blue Power Awakening that also could have dealt with some of those rested guys, but what a match, in my opinion. That was epic. Alright, well that's going to do it for this episode of the Hawks Dragon Ball Nest. Hope you enjoyed that episode here of the Yellow Vegeta demo out here against Orange Piccolo. I really like this list. I think there's still some modifications I can make. Can make it a little more optimized, like maybe Death Ball. I want to maybe do some experimenting with that, but I mean, hell, Rakshasa is really good too. I don't know what to eliminate. I think a lot of people are a little bit lower on time rewound than me, but it's just too good of a card. And look at the work it did to help me protect my Frieza this match too. So anyway, if you liked what you saw, hit that subscribe button, become part of the Hawks Nest, a fearless flock of fabulous folks who love to do what we love out here. I'm gonna keep doing this, keep doing what I love out here, and keep improving. You know, keep improving what I do, hopefully, and well, not hopefully, I will. So until then, we'll see you next time.